Alright, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are for another week of UGC Highlander action. Tonight we're watching Quail Noises versus IFA, as that nice little info shows you. We're going to start the match, of course, at 9:30, which is the default time for Highlander start, but I'm excited to see this matchup. I was kind of talking about it a little bit in the article I wrote and something I wrote on the UGC forums. One of these teams is going to be 0-2 by the end of this, and that's not at all what either of them were expecting. And here with me today, and as he was last week, is Mime. How you doing, Mime?
Pretty good. How are you doing?
Not bad. I'm ready. I don't want to wait another 10 minutes, and luckily we do have something going on in the background while we get ready. We're watching... this is Quail Noises versus somebody. I can't be entirely sure who they're playing, but we are just waiting on their server until IFA gets in and they start things up. Hopefully we won't have too much of a delay as we wait for things to get started, but that's
Pretty
that's
sure
the
right now they're scrimming UVL,
they're
and they're doing pretty okay.
That's kind of what you would expect out of Quail Noises, doing well against like the lower half of Platinum. I'm gonna cue out the music here. But you'd expect them to be doing well against the lower half of Platinum, and they're doing well now. I mean, that's to be expected. So I think both of these teams, IFA has a lot of experience in their hands, and Quail Noises has a lot of DM. Not to say IFA doesn't as well. It's just going to be a really cool clash of titans almost, and we'll see which one's gonna walk away 1-1 and which one's gonna have to do a lot in order to make sure that they get into the playoffs. The one interesting thing that I was looking at when I was doing a little bit of research too is I went back to season 13, and this is specifically for gold because the amount of teams in silver and platinum obviously differ a lot more than they do for gold, but only one 4-4 team has made playoffs in the past 5 seasons, and there's actually a 5-3 team one time that got snubbed completely out of making playoffs because of match points, or I don't know exactly what the tiebreaker was, but just goes to show, like, if you lose today, you're gonna have to be near perfect if you want a realistic shot at making the playoffs. So considering 5-3, that's probably good enough. They would have to only lose one more match for the next 6 weeks, which is not an easy task, no matter how good you are.
There's High Gold is it's very strong this season. In terms of relative strength to one another. There's so many very close teams that it's hard to say if you could go another 6 weeks without losing. I don't know.
Right. I mean, these two teams obviously part of that high gold tier. IFA kind of slipping a little bit, but that's mainly just been as a result of lack of practice, and I wonder if they kind of feel the urgency here and have been putting a lot more work. Their normal scout Wish is not going to be able to attend, which is, they have Smobo filling in, and not that Smobo's a bad scout, but Wish is just monstrous. And on a map like this that's so flank dependent, or flank heavy rather, it's going to be hard to keep things up without your normal scout and such a good scout as well.
And one thing to keep in mind is, even though this is a COF map, this isn't Viaduct. And I say that because Viaduct is very DM heavy, and the difference with Asheville is playing around the point and knowing where is a safe option to approach the point and where isn't is very important to playing this map. And even though Quail Noises might out DM IFA, they don't necessarily out coordinate IFA. So it could go either way, really good.
Right. That kind of just sums it up. Quail Noises probably has the better DM of the two teams, but also, I mean, not only does IFA have better coordination, at least that's what we should anticipate, but they also have a roster full of players that are more experienced than Highlander. I know May, their demo, obviously he has a fair bit of Highlander experience, but a lot of their other players, Vol and Yimi, kind of like, I guess, more sixes oriented. And IFA, some of these players have been around for so many seasons. This is IFA's 14th consecutive season of UGC. Not to say that this is the same roster from that long ago, but you know, there's obviously a pretty long-standing tradition for IFA to kind of live up to.
Also, I don't know if this is I don't know, time constraint switch, but Vol is on medic right now for quail noises instead of Mirror. I don't know if maybe Mirror can't make the pregame, or maybe it's a permanent switch. I don't know.
Pop on the HUD just for a second here, yeah. So Vol is on, and they have Vand on Soldier.
Yep.
I have to imagine that things are going to go back to normal. I mean, that's right?
I don't know.
It's definitely gonna be interesting. Might have to ask him about it, depending on what ends up going down. We'll see. By the time that IFA gets in the server, we're gonna find out if they do switch back. Obviously. So kind of I know we kind of mentioned a little bit talking about what to expect out of either team. Do you have any kind of prediction that you're feeling one way or the other?
I'm feeling that IFA is going to take it. I feel like it's going to be close, but I'm feeling IFA. I think they're better built for a map like Asheville than they are for a map like Viaduct, so we'll have to see.
Not to try to disagree with you, but I'm going to have to go with Quail Noises in this one. Again, yeah, I think it's going to be a really close one. Probably each round. It's going to be a long one because I think we're probably going to see, at least my personal opinion, is like a 4-2 for Quail Noises. And we're going to see close rounds that go down to overtime sometimes, or, you know, each team is taking 2 minutes off of the clock. So we're probably going to see long rounds, and we're probably going to see a lot of rounds. So buckle in, get ready. I have a feeling that this is going to be long enough that some teams are going to be able to watch live after their matches. Not to scare anybody out there, but that's just my personal feeling. So anyway, we are just waiting for things to get started. 5 minutes away. We have our 6 minutes, I should say, away from the start of everything, and people finishing up their pregame scrims and just waiting for things to go down. It just still boggles my mind that the luck of the draw that these teams had to end up having to play each other. The rest of the division, at least for some teams, this is a good thing, but for the rest of the division, it's pretty, what's the word I'm looking for? One-sided, I guess, throughout the matchups. You have a team like the Syndicate Reborn who just beat Quail Noises, and a lot of people are now saying might be, you know, number one or just at least in the top 3 teams. And they're playing Wu-Tang, who has their fair amount of struggles. That's just an example. There are so many one-sided matchups, and this is the closest one, and of course it has to be 2 of the top teams coming into this season. The other thing too, and I don't want to get too caught up in it or too ranty here. I guess that's the word I'm gonna use. Is Stabby really using the Eternal Reward? Is that what we're seeing? So The one thing just to note with the way that the UGC rankings are working, um, Quail Noises has dashes in front of their name on UGC. So they're dash, Quail Noises dash. Um, they would have gotten a bye week this week if they didn't have dashes in their name. Because the rankings are sorted obviously by wins and then match point differential. But then after that, go based on alphabetical order. So the bottom team of the division technically was secretly We Are Kawaii because SE came after everything else. So they got a bye week, 5 match points, and a 1-1 record. That could have been Quail Noises if they didn't have a dash in their name. So it's just kind of interesting to think about too. I mean, what could have happened for both of these teams? Would IFA had an easier matchup? Would Quail Noises have a free win if they lose here? You know, they could have had a win. I don't know. Food for thought. It's just one of those things that I've been thinking of, noticing.
Do you get full match points for bye weeks? I don't even know.
Yep, you do. I actually had to check because whenever I kind of noticed what was going on, I wanted to check. And for bye week, forfeit wins in gold and platinum, you get full match points and the victory. And I guess I don't know if the bye week thing extends down to silver and below, but I know at least for platinum and gold, the bye weeks will give you full match points. So now SWAC is they basically get what equates to a 4-0 win. No match points against and I guess no rounds against rather and 4 rounds for. But I guess with a team like SWAC might end up being like a non-issue because not too many people will be expecting them to. Wow, I'm already tripping over my words and the cast hasn't even started. Won't be expecting them to contend towards the end of the season. We're just watching the rest of this pre-game go down, and it looks like a 2-2 right now for between EVL and Quail Noises.
Call it right there.
Yeah. They just exec the configs. I was wondering if they were going to play it out, but obviously it's 9:29. They're going to get ready to game. So we're going to be right back here. I'm going to just toss the music back on, and we'll be back in just a couple minutes. It looks like members from IFA are joining the server. Welcome back. We are listening to sounds, and we are Vox Day and Mindbread. Here we are, back to some UGC Highlander action. Looks like, is that Sayo? Are they using Sayo on Scout? No,
I
Smobo's
don't think
here.
so. Sayo is a backup for quail noises. I'm pretty sure he's just give a pep talk, maybe? I don't know.
I was gonna say, because I was pretty sure that they were gonna have Smobo, especially because he's in the server. So like, that's kind of one way, you know, when someone's dubbing. So anyway, I was actually just talking to a member of Papa's Peddlers, and they actually scrimmed IFA in pregame, said they're looking really solid. So maybe they've worked through some of the issues that they were having last week or during the preseason, and we definitely are going to see a really close game. I mean, anything can happen, obviously, on any given day. There's the chance for one team to just become overly prepared, or everything go wrong for one team. But on paper and from what you should expect, this is going to be a really tightly matched game. And kind of like I was saying, I'm expecting a lot, not only like a close score at the end, but a lot of close rounds where, you know, one team wins in overtime, but then at the last second someone jumps on the point and wipes it, and then they cap it, and we're just gonna see a lot of back and forth, and it's gonna be a lot more. I guess it's gonna be a lot faster paced than Upward is. I mean, that's just the nature of Koth, obviously, but we'll make sure that we have the camera on our scouts a lot, on the soldiers too, because they're gonna be huge. It's all about the flank in this game, and at least this map, and either team is a really great flank. And Smobo teaming up with either Pharaoh or Terry Crews on soldier. Terry was supposed to be the soldier, at least coming into the season. He played soldier last week, but either one, whoever ends up playing that role, will still be a solid contender. I'm expecting Pharaoh, probably because it's a Koth map, so more friendly towards the sixes look at things. And we have Vol and Yimmy, or at least we're anticipating Vol and Yimmy over on the Quail Noises side. But Vand is still in the server, and Vol is not to be found. So I'm wondering what might be going on. So while we're waiting for things to go down, let's talk a quick bit, or rather just run through the rosters on either side. Now, obviously, there's going to be a little bit of confusion as we try to figure out who's playing what. Actually, I'm finding out right now. Vand is going to be on Solly, and Vol is going to be on Med, so no Mir today. So that's...
I don't know if Vol has any medic experience. I assume he must have Six's med experience, but
yeah,
Highlander probably not.
That's we're gonna have to see. I wonder if we're gonna have some strange pops or drops too, because maybe you can either go one of two ways. If you're playing sixes, used to sixes and going to Highlander, you might be too nervous and might pop early, or you might be, you know, prone to milking your Ubers a little bit, but not expecting 8 classes attacking you instead of 5. So we're gonna have to see how he fares. And I mean, on soldier, I don't know too much about Van, but I'm assuming if he's filling in for a main soldier, that they feel like he's good enough to do that. Do you know anything about him?
I'm fairly certain that he has IM or high open experience, so he should be fine to fill in the shoes of Vol.
Yeah. Much like the rest of their team.
Yeah.
So then we should have a good idea of the roster for either side. Wish. Someone is that? That's not Wish. That's definitely someone. Someone aliasing him. These people. I can't keep track of them. It looks like Red Rum, their normal medic, is not here either. IFAs. Someone named Bob has taken the place.
Bob is Pascal, I don't know. I haven't seen Pascal play in a very, very long time.
Try to get that updated. So we will be finding out IFA's roster, but as for Quail Noises, we have a good idea of what's going down. We're gonna have Yimmy on Scout, Vand on Soldier, Bubs on Pyro, May on Demo, Just on Engie, Vol on Medic. I was getting ready to say Mir. Who are the other classes we have? Oh yeah, we have Kevin on Sniper. And on Spy, Pomp. And I don't know why, but I feel like I missed the class in that roll call. They're heavy. Is hungry. And that's his name, but he also probably is hungry. So as for the IFA side, players we are confirmed to have are Toon on Heavy, Smobo on Scout. Well, Smobo is going to be around because there is someone aliased as Wish, or actually Wish right now. Well, I don't see Pharaoh. So maybe Wish is going to be playing Scout and Smobo on Soldier? We have Vipa on Spy, Pi Hero on Sniper. I did just confirm too. Wish is going to be playing Scout, and it looks like Smobo is going to be playing Soldier. Kuza is on Pyro, Terry Crews on Demo, Purge on Engie, and that should round it out. So, excited to have Wish back in the equation here. And so Smobo's going to be up on Soldier. So yeah. Kind of a little bit more on the IFA side of things. Every time I relook and reanalyze, it just goes to show it's going to be a really tight game. So we are just waiting on one more on the Quail Noises side. That looks to be Vol, who will be playing Medic, and then once that happens, we will be getting started. So now we have everyone tagged up with their proper names here. It's going to make things a lot easier for you guys watching and for me as well. And still just waiting on their 9th. The joys of Highlander. You don't have to get 12 players ready, you have to get 18.
Highlander's infamous. It never starts on time.
Oh, here's Smobo saying hi to the camera and hi to Mom. Hey Smobo, what's going on? What's going on, bro? You gonna crush some noobs today? So this probably will go later than other matches, not just because it's going to be tightly matched, but because we're starting 15 minutes late. So welcome, welcome again. If this is your first time, this is UGC Highlander and this is Team Fortress 2. We are an esport. At least that's what I keep telling
just
myself.
timed out. Hopefully it's not having internet issues. That'd be disastrous right now.
Alright, I guess I'll have to suit up. Mime, you're gonna solo cast, and I'll make my Highlander medic. Actually, no, this wouldn't be my Highlander medic debut. In season 16, I played medic for a couple weeks, and I was really, really bad. So I think it's my time to shine. Looks like Terry Crews is up on demo. So because Pharaoh won't be around, I'm actually a little surprised. Maybe I don't know if Pharaoh just couldn't make it or just did not want to play, or what's going to be happening throughout the rest of their season. Probably find that out. But with the Koth map, although it's not a familiar Sixes map, although it's very, very close to what Coal Plant looks like, but a little bit larger, suited for Highlander play. It's just a very similar layout to Coal Plant, but I'd have to assume he probably would have done pretty well on this map. So we get to see the flank of Wish and Smobo versus Yimmy and Van. So either team soldier are different people, and yeah, May just told us the med's having issues, so.
We might actually see Sayo get to make his medic debut. We'll see.
Put him in! Put him in, coach! I wonder if Sayo's in the audience. Sayo, if you can hear us, come play medic. Although, May said he'd consider putting me in, so.
Well, if you go, we're not gonna have a camera, but that's okay.
That's okay. Well, you'll just do
Don't
a
need
radio cast. It'll just be a black screen, and you can. I'll just keep my game open, and you'll be casting from STV while I play in real time. So everything you say will just be 45 seconds delayed. Oh, but then I couldn't comm to the team either. But I guess, right, if you're playing medic, you don't really need to listen to or
No,
say
I mean,
anything.
I do lobbies all the time. I don't go to Mumble. What's that for?
So the funny thing is, too, they actually... Now, I'm assuming that Vol's internet issues are on his end more than anything else's, but Quail Noises, a lot of their players, I know, specifically Hungry, they're heavy, and I can't remember the others, we're actually having some pretty bad ping issues, like routing issues, to Chicago
I believe
NFO
a lot of
servers.
them are West Coast, so
Yeah.
it's bound to happen.
Although apparently it was pretty bad. Like Hungary was getting 150 ping to NFO servers specifically, and they recently switched to a Dallas server, which that'll definitely help for West Coast people. But I guess they're getting better routing too, and now their proposed medic is unable to connect, but that's probably more on his end than the servers itself. That's I mean, trying to fill the time here, but that's another thing about online gaming. We have to trust probably 18 different ISPs to get 18 people connected to a single server for an hour and a half to 2 hours every Monday.
On the bright side, we don't have to deal with Europe and their DDoSing, so...
Why does every Eurocast get DDoSed?
They, if I remember correctly, they don't have strict regulation on internet providers, so you can pretty much do what you want with the internet. I don't think DDoSing is, I don't know, illegal in Europe. I could be wrong. Maybe I sound like an idiot. I have no idea.
I'm gonna trust you. Server disconnecting for anyone else? For you, or rather?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Alrighty. So, just wanted to make sure. So maybe they're just doing a quick reboot of the server. That's what I'd have to anticipate if Vol's having connection trouble. But the time is 9:50. So I appreciate you guys if you're hanging in there. And I have a feeling that by the time this goes up, we're going to be able to catch some of the people finishing their matches. Almost like I almost want to go connect to another team server just to like watch something while we wait for this to start.
I hope the server doesn't go down too. That'd just add to it. But alright, server seems to be back up now. So
We are reconnecting now. And don't mind the Frozen 4 thing. It's just something that'll come up, probably go away in just a little bit as players start reconnecting to the server. I'm gonna go check out actually what's going on in the Syndicate Reborn versus Wu-Tang match. Can't be 100% sure, but I'm assuming this is being played on their normal server. And if so, I'm not going to cast it, but just take a quick look at what's going on. Looks like it's already a 2-0 right now for Syndicate Reborn. They've shaved 2 minutes off the clock. This round's a little closer. 2 minutes for either team, but they're already up 2-0, so on their way. Let's see, the sniper for Wu-Tang is actually bottom fragging, but their scout doing some work. Zoidy doing work too. Maybe those are just mad milk points, but he's got 44. Can't see his frags and everything from SDV.
it does look like Vol is in the server and his ping is pretty good right now. So I
Alright.
assume he's gonna be fine.
Alright, reconnecting for that.
Shadow Ball is up 0-1 in their match against USA.
Oh. Yeah, looks like Vol is in. That's good. That's good to see. Let's see what else I can find out from around the league. Vol is getting owned by his computer. Taking a quick look at Papa's Peddlers game. Looks like Watterson is putting up 22 frags. I don't know who one of their players are that's aliased. Trying to find out what the score is on that side, but haven't been able to.
It looks like Rhydon's team is actually up 2-0.
Are they really?
That's what it looks like.
That is not the place you want to be if you're Papa's Peddlers right now. This is a match that they're supposed to take, like, no problem.
I think after their match against Shadow Ball last week, it showed that, you know, even though they had a lot of experienced players, they're not maybe on cohesion level or I don't know what, but
yeah,
they're not there.
The top 4 fraggers in the server are all on their side. Again, I don't know who Cinderella is.
That's Heisen.
That's Heisen. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. But he's got 25. Watterson has 24. Mio and Max both have 21. And then a few members of Does It start to come into play. But, wow. That I'll have to find out.
I'm looking at the game right now. Vol is out again.
Alright. Might have to, at this point, like, they probably just, like, need to get a ringer.
And it's nice of IFA to wait this long. Like, they're really only needed to wait until 9:45. So being polite, waiting it out.
Yeah. They're a good group of guys, I doubt. I doubt that they're gonna try to screw a team out of a win that way. Flipping back over to the Syndicate game, looks like that is 3-0 for Syndicate, and they're in their halftime. Can't get into the STV for Does It and the other team. What are they? Papa's Peddlers. I'm just going around the league and seeing whose games I can leech off of. Here we go. This one we're going to take a look at, hopefully if we get into the STB, is Apple versus Meme Stealers. Also now known as Kill Me. Are you keeping an eye on the Quail Noises one?
Yeah, Vol still is not connecting. If everyone but Vol.
Either these teams just started, Apple versus Meme Stealers, or they're in their second half because it's 0-0 right now. Or maybe there was an issue with the config. Let's see. She can't tell. It's actually looking like a really close game between these two teams. It went into overtime for Apple, but they've only got 5 up, and Meme Stealers just took the point. American got on, but they're gonna lose that one.
Someone just joined the server for Quails. I'm not sure who that is. They
Alright.
have 2 players in spec actually.
We're gonna hop back over there. Looks like those teams were just getting started because they're gonna keep going there.
On a different note, Rhydon's team is now at the half. They are up 3-0 against Papa's Peddlers.
Wow.
I don't think a single person on the forum has predicted that one, so.
I still like don't believe you. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. It's weird because they're out-fragging them by a fair margin, and I don't know. Something's not working there.
it looks like Team Jeebus is up 2-0 against number 2 Pencils, which they should win.
Plugins have been unloaded. I think we're gonna start soon, if not now.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, they're the drums. All right, guys, here we are going live. UGC Highlander stuff. Drop off this overlay. I was not expecting to go live already. Terry Crews is the first to mid. He's already taken some shots at May there. Gonna try to stick off the shutter. Put some good damage onto Aaron, who's going to play medic and goes down actually to a flare by Kuza. So looks like already in good position is IFA to start taking the point. Terry Crews is going to start edging it, but they got to worry about a little mini sentry in the shutter area. But so far, so good if you're IFA. You got to enjoy the way this
is
game
still
out.
up for Quail Noises. It wouldn't surprise me if they try to go for a bomb right now. Having a med down on a mid fight already is pretty bad for them right now.
Yeah, especially Pascal is already up on Uber, so they're going to have to go in and do something. Pie Hero goes down, and so does Wish. But Hungry actually does to Smobo, and there goes Kevin. So maybe with a chance here is Van, who does go in. He gets a rocket onto the med and drops the med. Pascal goes down to 2 shots by Van there. So that's going to be absolutely huge for them right now. Aaron's got 50% ad on the point, and they're going to... IFA actually never capped. So 3 minutes for either team, and looks like this point capture should go in Quail Noise's favor.
Kev was up on the bats for a lot of that mid fight, so I think the fact that he was up there and still was, you know, a fear factor scared them away from taking the point until they could get that pick.
Yeah, that's huge if you're Quail Noises. That's a really great play by them and great positioning by the sniper. So we're hopefully gonna see something go down. IFA is gonna have to figure something out because Pascal is only at 60% on Uber. Aaron is 100%. So maybe just an answering bomb by Smobo or bringing some people in. They are edging point.
I'm gonna pop their Uber right here, and they are. The flank is all over their combo right now, and just in the nick of time, Bob or Pascal, whichever he is, finally gets his Uber.
That is gonna, well, maybe do it. May jumps in and tries to get in on Pascal there, but manages to stay alive. Kuza and the scout are gonna be able to take the point, so it's gonna go back into IFA's favor. A minute off the clock though for Quail Noise is not a bad start. You probably wanted to hold it a little bit longer, but you're working on pretty even Ubers and you have a good chance here. May looks like he wants to get a little aggressive with some stickies, but has to back off.
Lou is pretty close under, and Van almost gets the pick on Pascal. He manages to live and has his Uber right now. He pops it.
Yeah, it looks like Yimmy went in to harass him as well. It managed to didn't manage to stay alive, but the Uber comes out and not really much there. They go into the enemy ramp, but that might end up might cost them. No, actually, they're gonna stay alive. Nothing really contested them as they backed out. So, great job staying alive are the members of IFA, and it looks like the point capture might get edged a little bit by Quail Noises, but they don't really have the players forward in order to contest, and they have to deal with a level 3 in the shutter area.
The Spy is behind their combo right now. He might get a pick right here. He does get the medic pick.
So Vipa with a couple stabs on point manages to pick up the medic and demo. So really strong showing out of IFA so far. They're putting some good damage onto the point now with their heavy and demo. Scout getting aggressive as well as their pyro. And Wish is not manages to get the frag at the same time as he dies. So an okay trade there. I don't know. Maybe you want to stay alive, but that's the great thing about cough maps. You run in, you try to do as much work as you can, and you die if you're the flank. Point capture did go down for Quail Noises in that, so now they have to work off of only like a 30-second deficit, which they should be able to recoup here. Pascal 70%.
The Ubers are about even right now. So Quail Noises does have a disadvantage for a time being as far as time. They really need to get some sort of pick on the medic for IFA right now.
Yeah, and Vipa was just hanging out in the corner, hoping and waiting for Aaron to maybe walk into his line of sight, but gets seen there by Yimmy and goes down. Kevin trying to get a pick onto a soldier that's jumping, and actually he does manage to force the Uber with Aaron going down under 30 health. They're going to try to get in on the sentry, and it looks like they're going to take it down in Shutter. But now Pascal has a 100% Uber to work with, and plenty of players alive to get something going. There comes the Uber out. Terry Crews is going to get in and get aggressive over on the ramp side, but shifts his focus, and he doesn't find anything until the tail end of it. They are going to cap point here, but now they're going to be the ones working off of a 30-second disadvantage, and now every second counts if you're on the either side, really. Aaron did not die also in any of those exchanges, so 70% on Uber right now, and they are still using Uber. I want to see some crits plays at some point.
I think that if you have level 3s in the mix, it's hard to work off the crits. It really is. So until that gets changed or they find a better way to deal with it, I don't think we're gonna see crits.
Yeah, that's the thing that we're working on with the slowing down the game. Actually, the level 3 is back up in the Shutter area. They use Uber, but I don't think they realized that it was there, so they didn't end up using. But here we go. Under 20 seconds for IFA. They do use Uber onto point, probably earlier than they wanted to. Aaron goes down, and Terry Crews is just going to try to spam his way through the point. 5 seconds left. Here come the desperation plays, at least you're expecting out of Quail Noises. Couple jump the point. Here comes May in as well with the heavy and demo. Heavy and scout.
IFA's down a bunch of numbers right now. They don't have any combo classes, and Pascal's kind of lit. He has a scout on him. I don't know if he's going to make it out of this. Just barely one more meat shot out of a minute.
And Aaron is up on quick fix too, so should be able to make up for some of the time. But if actually, I don't think
Ubers,
Pascal's gonna have enough time.
They should be about even. When all is said and done. Yeah, you see right now they're both at 95%.
Oh, Terry's gonna go down just before Pascal has a chance to pop the Uber.
They didn't step on the point before they Ubered.
Oh, that's a rough way to lose. So here we go. We're on to our second mid. We've got a 1-0 right now for Quail Noises, and again, you saw that already. Closely matched teams. Went down to overtime, or basically 0 seconds for either side.
Van is bombing the medic right now. He almost gets a pick on Pascal, doesn't quite get it, but IFA's down 5 right now.
Yeah, with health not being too great either. Pascal does get a pack, and Wish is healing up, it looks like, but that's going to be easy point capture right now for Quail Noises. They good thing though is Pascal did manage to stay alive, so they're only at a small disadvantage because of the time spent not healing while running away, but shouldn't factor in too much as it's their game to play, it's their game to push into, since they don't really have to. They're the ones that are control the pace of when to push, and actually they are getting on point. Pascal doing a good job so far of staying away from the enemy team, and it looks like they might be able to cap point for free, and they do.
He's gonna milk it and get a better Uber by the looks of it. He finally pops, and that's a good amount of time of milking. Their Uber's already out for quail noises, so they can clean up a bit.
Yeah, and Pie Hero manages to take down Aaron as well. Bubs goes down, and so does Van. So they're going to be able to hang on to this point at least for the time being. But here come a couple members of Quail Noises to push them off of ramp. And with only 4 players alive, although the health is good, they probably don't want to contest this. And we're going to see the point capture go back in the favor of Quail Noises.
Yeah, we got a bunch of picks on the flank right there. I think it was on a 4K, so that's really good for quail noises right now. It's just what they need.
That's what you're hoping for out of your flank, and Yemi absolutely monstrous on scout, so probably we'll see more of that. That's probably not a one-off thing that we're going to see throughout the remainder of this map. And so far, Quail Noises seems to be in pretty good control. They lost it there for a little bit, but now they're going to be able to let the clock tick under 2 minutes. And it looks like Aaron does have a slight disadvantage on Uber, but Pascal dropped to Pomf. So that's Pascal's second drop of the game. The first one was to Van bombing in, and Pomf manages to take him out for the second one. So here we go. Here comes the Uber out of Quail Noises' team. May gets in on the enemy Pyro, and Sniper manages to take down Pie Hero. And gonna spam down, try to get rid of the last remaining members. And Pascal goes down, and so does Kuza to Pomp. So Pomp absolutely destroying right now for Quail Noises. Making sure that medic can't stay alive. So now with under a minute to go, it's the ball's in IFA's court to make the move here. So they do start to dry push the point. They know they gotta know they're working on Uber disadvantage, but it looks like Quail Noises is okay to wait back and just coordinate their push rather than rush in and maybe have a chance for the medic to die. So they are at 90% of the Uber. Pascal is gonna be at a 30% disadvantage right now, but here comes Quail Noises. Use the Uber onto May. Pomp gets a sap onto the sentry, and there goes Pascal to May, and Van bombing in takes out Kuza. Toon goes down, Vipa goes down, and only one pick right now went for, well, there goes the scout as well, but went for IFA. So this should be an easy point capture as long as they commit some bodies to the point.
The sentry gun in the shutter was causing him a little bit of trouble, and then finally, who was that? Bubs just walked in shutter and killed, who was that? Purge.
Yeah, that's a smart play if you're the NG on IFA right now, because you know your team's at a disadvantage and you want to make sure no additional time lets up off of the point. So why not slow the pace of the game and do what you can there. But with 20 seconds remaining, Pascal's not going to get a chance to get Uber. They're going to try their best to build here, but it's not going to be enough. 15 seconds left. We're going to watch the rest of it go down on point.
They really got to actually step on the point right now. If they're not on the point, they can't win the round. That's just how it is.
And it looks like they do get a couple bodies committed there, but really good numbers for Quail Noises right now.
On the point right now, takes down, oh, sorry, Kev actually took down Toon before Pomp even got there, but
Yeah, not going to be enough. They tried their best there, but that's going to be 2-0 right now for Quail Noises. We're going to see if IFA can bring it back. They still got plenty of time. They take a round here and maybe go down 3-1 at the half, or hopefully they're hoping for a 3-2. May was actually didn't really commit too much on the rollout, so Terry's going to have free reign right now and put his team in a good position to get aggressive. And they're just going to hope that people kind of take that opportunity, and there they go. They do start getting onto the point here.
They do have a few players behind them right now. I know Yimmy is back there somewhere, and so is Pomp. And Pomp, just like that, takes out Purge, so that means no level 3 for right now.
Pascal is up on 100% Uber, and Aaron is only on 65. I don't know if Aaron died or if there was a lot of time not spent healing, but here we go. We got that Uber up for IFA, but they choose not to contest the point with
Yeah,
it.
I don't know why. It seemed like all of their numbers and they had full Uber, so I don't know why they just gave up the point like that.
But at any rate, we're going to see the point go back for Quail Noises. Pomp gets a headshot somehow onto Pascal, and Yimmy is there to pressure in for an early pop. The Uber's going to come out of Quail Noises in retaliation, and because Terry Crews jumped up on the roof to try to mess with them. So that's a good play if you're Terry. You do go down, but you manage to get the Uber out of the way. Pie Hero takes out Aaron, and Vipa takes out May, who's now dominating May. So Vipa doing a good job keeping the combo down for his team there. And, I mean, we're seeing really good spy play as well. I mean, that's kind of what you're anticipating. Good scouts, good soldiers, and a lot of work out of the spies. So each team spy is doing a good job so far, filling the role. Vipa goes in for the stab onto Just, but not able to get it. And edging the point right now is Quail Noises. Smobo goes in for the jump, but doesn't manage to get anything out of it. And with only 5 players up, it looks like IFA is going to be probably going to have to back up, but they do still have that level 3 they're working with.
Pascal almost has his Uber, he's probably just gonna get it and go right back out.
And here, it looks like it was going to come, but Wish either decided to go in alone or got baited by his medic, but they decide not to go out. Aaron's going to be up on Uber now too, so they opt for a more passive push, maybe just wanted a little bit more coordination before they went in, or waiting for more team members.
My guess would be that Kev was on the ramp, so maybe they didn't want to pop early just to get through that sideline. Maybe they just wanted to go for balcony, get more time out of their Uber.
It's gonna work out for them, and actually I missed something because Aaron died. I don't know if that was before or after an Uber, but I believe it's got to be before because Aaron's already respawning. So right now, if you're IFA, you have to at least try for the point, but they're playing a little bit scared, it looks like. Or here come the rest of the players to try to contest. Aaron up at 30% Uber. Pascal almost up on his, and they shouldn't have to worry about using it to take the point unless someone goes in for a really good play on Quail Noises.
Terracurse is doing a good job of spamming out that shutter. Quail Noises really want to go out through there.
Taking a look, Vipa actually might have a good line onto the medic. Goes in for a stab on the Pyro. Gets it! And gets a butter knife on Vand as well. He is behind Hungry, so we might get a chance for another stab. And there he is going to get it. So Vipa goes big. And on the other side, Yimmy was putting out some great damage numbers as well. So Pascal did end up using Uber. So Vipa might want to try to do something to prevent Aaron from using one as well, but here it is. They're going to be able to take point without it.
Okay, and nice by Smobo. Smobo actually does force the Uber right after they kept the point. Ideally it would have been before they kept the point, but a force is better than no force, so.
Yeah, it's gonna put a 75% ad in Pascal's hands. So as long as nothing disastrous happens, and believe me, there's a lot that could go wrong right now if you're Pascal. They should be able to take it back. They have their demo, scout, pyro, and heavy all on. So here comes the Uber out of IFA, and getting aggressive right now is Terry Crews onto Hungry. Manages to take him out on ramp, and they're going to be able to take the point. But they now have to work off of a 45-second disadvantage, and Aaron is got a good what is that, 30 ad on Pascal right now.
IFA is down a sniper right now, but so is Quail Noises. They have to keep up their aggression if they want to keep this point. Quail Noises is going to edge that point. They have the DM to do it.
Yimmy gets in on Pascal and takes him out after May put some good damage out. That was a really smart play. Yimmy was kind of just waiting back there, and they decided to use Uber. 15 seconds left on the clock. IFA has 20 left on theirs. Pie Hero getting a couple big picks onto the enemy heavy and medic. So that could be huge for the team right now.
It's gonna be a flank fight for right now. It's Van and Smobo on the point. They have to jump to the point right now. Oh,
Pomp!
And Pomp with the snipe on the tune.
Oh my god, right on the dome of Hungry before he gets a chance to even touch the point. That's gonna be a 3-0 right now for Quail Noises, and honestly not the place you want to be. If you're IFA, you still do have a chance to come back. It's not over. I've seen a lot of 0-3s come back the other way, but they've certainly made a really tough road, and the games have been really close. It's not like it's been really one-sided in Quail Noise's way. I mean, they have been outplaying them a little bit. But let's see if we can get some logs in here.
I'm looking at the logs also for Papa's Peddlers and Rayvon's team. Papa's Peddlers have brought it back to 3-2 right now, so they can still win it. It's an uphill battle, but they can do it.
Hope is not lost if you're on the side of Papa's Peddlers, so that's looking a lot better for them. I was scared. I was really scared. So here we are with the stats for this game. Pie Hero, I felt like I didn't say his name very much, but he manages to quietly put down 27 frags. 45% accuracy too, and 430 DPM. So I spent like a lot of the week talking about how I didn't think this was the best map for snipers, and there's Pie Hero, proving me wrong. Yimmy and Kev and Pomp combined for the next 3 spots for their team. 23, 22, and 21 points. With some solid damage numbers too. Kevin putting up 367. Van puts down 415, and May with a big 500. So Terry Crews, try as he may, not able to match up there. It sounds like we got one ready up so far, so not gonna dwell too long on the stats. 2 drops from Purge, and it looks like there sorry, not Purge, Pascal, and it looks like there was the 1 drop over on the side of Quail Noises.
And the damage wasn't really that one-sided. The damage was pretty even for both teams. It's just that Quail Noises outfragged IFA by a fairly wide margin.
And they just seem to have things just firing on all cylinders. Looks like Aaron is out of the server. Maybe they're gonna try getting Vol back in. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, but... Or... am I missing something here? Hungry hasn't switched teams. There we go.
I'd hope that IFA takes a minute here, actually, thinks about how they can adjust for Quailnose's aggression, because that's what really lost them all of these rounds. They gave up the point very, very easily because they were just getting out-DM'd.
Yeah, and actually, I want to maybe take a look at the logs again. I may have already lost them, but Wish was. Did I miss something, or maybe not as big as a threat in this game? No, he put down 20 kills and 400 DPM. So that was just my own blinding from things. And Vipa puts down 20 frags as well with 410 DPM. So yeah, like you were saying, the damage was really even on either side. Only an extra 300 damage, if that, 250 for quail noises, and but they managed to take an extra 20 frags, which obviously is going to be a big deal on COP. And maybe just more cleaning up on the damage they did as well, because IFA put down a lot, and also Aaron healed a lot less than Pascal too. So I guess they didn't really clean up as much on the damage as well as they could have. Also, I just started actually started looking deeply into the medic stats on logs, but Aaron died 4 times within 20 seconds after Uber, which I mean shows to me either people on IFA are really good at collapsing in that post Uber fight, or
I think a lot of
maybe
it was
back
those
out
pick
more.
classes waiting around after. And we're already starting the second half.
Alright, here we go. Overlay is going off, and we're taking a look at our next mid here. Take a look at Smobo. He rolls out the opposite side of where everybody on Quail Noises went, so not going to be able to get anything in the early game. And the point doesn't look too much on one side, but there goes Terry Crews, Kuza, and Pie Hero all in one fell swoop as I say that. Wish goes down to Kevin, and Smobo goes down to Pomp, so that's almost a wipe. And actually, May gets in on Pascal, takes him out with a couple pipes, so Aaron now at 100% Uber can just sit back and wait for IFA to plan their move.
And Quails aren't exactly playing this as aggressively as I thought they would be. I would expect maybe Quails to just forward hold on to their ramp, but...
Yeah, Smobo actually forced the Uber out of Aaron there, and they managed to get in a little aggressive. Quail Noises did, but not get too much out of it. They kind of pushed their way into the shutter area and lobby of IFA. But now they still just they're waiting on IFA to make their move, and IFA's waiting for that Uber that they're gonna be just a couple. Oh, they're actually up on Crits Creek. Here we go. I got my wish, and there are the crits, but there's nothing around for him to kill. And there goes Pascal to Yimmy. Terry is still really aggressive. Hungry goes down with some help by Vipa. And actually, Aaron goes down with a nice pipe and good bomb by Smobo. So really solid play there by IFA, but they just don't have the players to contest the point right now when they need to.
I don't see a level 3 anywhere, I don't think. I don't know if Purge opted to go on minis, but that's gonna change the pace of this game.
Not too much right now for IFA. They've let Quail Noises take 2 minutes off. They are getting aggressive now. They're starting to realize what's at stake here. But Pump with that Ambassador, it's just unreal. It's just absolutely insane. Here's another headshot, taking out Purge. Now on a 6K.
Vanda also did pick up a kill on Pascal during that last push on the point, so
Yeah,
this is not looking good for IFA right now.
This is grim. So here is Pomp getting a stab onto Kuza. It looks like they're finally going down. But Bubs is behind the entire IFA team and maybe hoping to catch someone off guard. Pascal is not in good shape with Yimmy and Bubs collapsing in. 15 seconds left, and I think that's going to do it. There is not a combination of plays that IFA has in their arsenal that can win them this game. So, first half, a 3-0, but tightly contested, and then we get to our second half, and Quail Noises obviously did some more preparation during the half and managed to take this one cleanly. A perfect 4-0 and a perfect 3 minutes in the second half. So that is good game here. IFA leaving the server, and that's gotta be a tough pill to swallow because you at least wanted to make it close. Because now you're down 0-2 with zero match points because they lost 2-0 to Jeebus and they couldn't take a round here. So that's going to put them at the bottom of bottoms for the league. Although, I don't know, we'll have to see how things end up peeling out. Did we get an idea of what happened with the Does It game?
It is still going, I believe. They're still in the third round of the second half, so I don't know. We'll see.
See if I can connect there. Not really interested. I don't really want to cast it, but I just want to see. Oh, Smobo, I would love to do an interview with the loser. I would love to do that. So you said it was up to 3. I think they went 3-3 because this is a 0-0 game right now.
Unless the server died, that must be right.
And right now, the point is in the control of Does It. Well, we're going to find out if people start leaving the server after this. Looks like Crits got popped out of the Papa's Peddler's side, but Discario, the medic for Does It. Discario's playing medic in gold again. This is it. This is real. A lot of players, Tiptoes went down notably for Papa's Peddlers. So I think this might actually come down to these next 30 seconds.
Yeah, I think the server must have died at some point because there's a separate log that ends in 2-0 in favor of Pepe or Papa's Fellows, whatever they are. So
yeah, they're gonna keep going. They did switch servers. They were on a different server before.
okay.
So I'm wondering what's going on.
So score you see now, that is 3-3. And I guess they're just going to play the last round actually, right now.
the point still hasn't been capped in this round. I want to know what the official score is, because someone on one team knows. Before, no one on Papa's Peddlers was talking to me. Do you have someone on Does It that was letting you know what's going on? Try to find out here.
Unless they're not going to count one of the rounds, it's got to be 3-3.
Yeah. Yep, Triple just told me it's 3-3 right now. So, winner takes all, and the point still hasn't been capped for mid. This is like... I'm going to have to watch the... There are going to be like 9 STVs here. Because of how many servers they switched around and how many separate rounds. Oh my god, Tiptoes and the dodging! I literally said in my prediction that Tiptoes was a player to watch, and you just got the saw in action right there. Like, that was just insane levels of dodging.
I think that's that Six's experience coming in handy right there.
Yeah. So, Does It is in a really good position right now. And if anyone's joining us, if you're tuning in after like your own matches, we watched IFA versus Quail Noises. Quail Noises won 4-0. It looks like a couple people were asking. Although really close in the first half. So now we're just kind of like, we're not like casting. We're just kind of watching what's going on the Papa's Peddlers versus Does It game. And it's actually a 3-3 right now. Everything's coming down to this last game. And it's still like going down like a really close game. And these guys started way before we started, which was like 9:50 before we even got going. It was something like that.
The logs I was looking at earlier, most of these rounds were 7 or 8 minutes, so that would explain it.
And yeah, I really want to watch the STV after all this goes down, because I want to know if it was just really, really solid play by Does It, or Papa's Peddlers kind of being out of their groove. But they might lose here. I mean, obviously each round has been really close, but they are at a minute deficit on the point. Max is going to get aggressive on there. I don't know. I just don't know, man. Papa's Peddlers, we're looking really solid. I know that they were talking to me. I can't remember. Someone on the team was talking to me about the. They had some really close scrims with the Syndicate Reborn, on this map, and Does It to walk in and take 3 rounds off of them. It's just like, it just seems like the execution when it comes to match time is proven to be a little bit difficult, because they lost a round to Shadow Ball that they shouldn't have. I should preface it with that, but with 30 seconds down, they got to figure out something to do with that mini sentry that's sitting up on house.
This round is still going based on the logs, so this has to come down to the wire.
Spoiler alert! Yeah, 9 seconds left on the clock. It looks like Uber's gonna get used out of Shutter. I'm just going back into casting mode because I can't watch this without getting in there. Crits got popped out of Papa's Peddlers, and it looks like Mio is gonna clean up some good damage on the point. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Waterson. 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 I just don't know if they can hold on for another 2 minutes. Tiptoe's probably up on Uber. Is he back to? No, he's back. He's back to Uber. But I don't know. This is tough to hold on if you're. If you're Papa's Peddlers. Building right now is the side of does it, and they do have an Uber. Oh, Tiptoes went down. Water stab Tiptoes.
That's gotta be the round right there.
Yeah. Does it is about to be up on Uber. They've got a suicide in, but here's the Uber out of Discario, and Triple's gonna put down some good damage, and times 3 on point. Max. Oh, they're cleaning up. Oh, but Super!
That mini on the point! Oh!
Oh, mini on the point with Super jumping in. Oh. Wow.
Man, we should have casted that game. What the heck?
Wow, seriously. Oh my god. Oh. Anyway, so we kind of got a little bit of a double feature there. It was like we got like 1 1/7 of a game. Oh no, sorry, 2/7 of a game. So we got to see 2 rounds by them. So yeah, so it looks like a 4-3 victory right there for Does It. And a victory for Quail Noises, 4-0 against IFA, and a close one. You know, it's weird to say a close 4-0, but it kind of was a close 4-0. And I'm gonna just quickly. Are you interested to know some of the match results?
Sure, go for it.
All right, what do we got here? So, Cadillacs and Dinosaurs 4-0 on Alphabet Alliterations. Team Jeebus 4-0 on Number 2 Pencils. Syndicate Reborn 4-0 on Wu-Tang Killer Bees. So, kind of talking about some of the roles that we were talking about, or one-sided matchups. That's the nice way to say it. We have the 4-3 for Papa's Peddlers. For Does It against Papa's Peddlers. I can't even say it. Looks like Social Justice Warriors won 4-0 against Space Bears. Apple has yet to, or I'm gonna assume that. I don't want to assume. All right, well, Apple versus Meme Stealers have not submitted the score just yet. 4-3 for Shadow Ball against USA. That was probably another one. That was my backup to cast if this one fell through. And it looks like Local Top Gun won 4-2 against Mature Dads Only. So mostly what was expected. Out of each matchup, except for that one, except for Papa's Peddlers and Does It. Everything else kind of went the expected way, and I'm gonna see actually if I can find out what happened in the Apple versus Okay. So it looks like Apple did win 4-2. So I called a 4-3, I guess. I wish I could I wish people cared whenever I pred right and then didn't care when I pred wrong. But yeah, it looks like that's going to be the end of it, guys. Thanks so much for watching. If you watched from the very beginning, as we waited an extra 20-25 minutes to get the game started. Um, but it ended up being a really close cast. Any closing remarks there, Mime?
I don't know.
It's hard.
If it's hard because what we just watched was, I don't know, the upset of the week by far. So
Oh, I kind of like want to go back in time and just like watch this one from the start. And maybe if I can piece together a bunch of the STVs, I can I can try to do that. But that's about it. So it looks like Gully Wash is the next one going up.
that is correct.
Oh Jesus. Oh Jesus, man.
Hope everyone is excited for a 2-hour cast.
We probably won't get started on time. We're gonna have a long we're gonna have a long intermission, and neither team is gonna cap all 5 points. So probably gonna be able to see most likely what the matchups are pretty soon because Kansas and his awesome spreadsheet are it's probably already updated with all that information, all that good stuff. So thanks again for joining me and Mime as well. And if you guys want to watch another cast next week or interested in seeing any of this stuff, please feel free to follow. But yeah. Whoa. SJW versus Syndicate next week? Is that real?
I feel like that's too early.
I think
Maybe I'm wrong.
I feel like it's too early too. That is what's gonna happen. Cadillacs and Dinosaurs is supposed to play Team Jeebus, and Syndicate versus Social Justice Warriors. Wow. Okay. So there you have it, folks. I think we have our match of the week next week. At least, assuming nothing changes. I don't see any matchup topping that. But thanks a lot, guys. And again, feel free to follow if you're interested in seeing some more casts, and we will be glad to bring it to you. So yeah, terrible at saying goodbye, but I'll catch you later.